It's hard to follow Top and Andy. I mean, when I hear your stories about what it is to file in Moscow, you know, I jump up and down when I lose internet for 1 hour. And you file stories that never see the light of day. It's a good wake-up call. I was up in the Arctic, I guess in September, and Putin has this thing, Arctic Territory of Dialogue, and it happened to be the week after the Greenpeace people had been detained, and it was amazing. We all had plans to spend an entire week up there, and then 2 hours before the conference was over, we were just told to get out of town, and I think that's the legacy of what you dealt with, in a sort of milder form, that you have dialogue, but go back to Moscow. You know, it's funny, I'm kind of suffering from Newsheimer's. I've got too much stuff in my head, and as you know, I'm sort of partly parking my brain in Cambodia. But I just wanted to quickly give you a report. I was in Kyiv for the Euromaidan last month, and I was on. I have a wonderful bureau manager in Moscow, let go by the Australian Broadcasting Company, and she got me a 14th floor top view of the Ukraine Hotel, which used to be the Moscow Hotel in Kyiv, which overlooked the Maidan. And I had friends from the TV world coming to visit and taking pictures. And it really was, I don't know if this has come through what you read in the Times, and they've been doing a wonderful job, but the best and the brightest were out there on the Maidan, and I know Kyiv quite well. And these are the smart people, the traveled people, I mean, even warehouse workers. And it was very simple. It's something we take for granted a lot because we tend to be cynical, and we've been around the track a lot, and we think we're really smart. These people want to live, they want to get out of the Soviet embrace, post-Soviet embrace, and be part of the European Union. And they know that the Putin model will not help them get rid of corruption, will not lead to a more open society. And Putin responded by putting $20 billion on the table, very adroitly, and maybe bought a year or two. But I think what you're seeing in Ukraine is that the Kremlin has lost the hearts and minds of the people in Ukraine. They are looking at Vienna, which the Western Third always looked at Vienna, but they're looking to Vienna, they're looking to Brussels, they're looking to all these institutions that we take for granted. I'm talking about a free press, which is why we're here, straight elections, clean elections, a good degree of transparency, a good degree of national debate. So the story's not over in Ukraine. Putin won round 2. He's bought off the situation. Yanukovych will try to use that to win. Yanukovych is basically a very slippery character whose #1 goal is Yanukovych, and so he may actually sign with the European Union a couple of months before the election. But keep an eye on Ukraine. The jury's not out, the story's not over, and I'm actually very hopeful because I've seen the people, and they will go from 2,000 people at Maidan to 200,000 when they're energized. And a lot of it's going through Facebook, it's going through Twitter, various sites, totally volunteer, collecting food, distributing food, keeping the place alcohol-free, which is a major achievement for Ukraine, as I say. Well, let's drink to alcohol-free, okay? Good to see you again. Great.